Hello, hello, and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel. Thank you for being here and watching these videos, helping this channel grow and helping my business along. So, today we have oracle messages, right? So we on Wednesdays we do something different. We do not do the tarot, but we do pick a card with the oracle. So with the oracle, what we do is we're going to shuffle the main oracle cards. We'll take three cards or the cards that want to come out for each fairy. We have the blue, the yellow, and the purple today. And then we're also going to get one card for an angel message. All right. So a little difference is that today it's oracle instead of tarot. So let's get started and see what messages are coming up for you today. All right, so let's begin by grounding, centering, and connecting through the breath, right? Roll your shoulders back, relax the jaw, and let's take a deep inhale together. Hold it at the top for a couple of seconds and gently exhale, elongating that exhale as you blow the air through your mouth. All right, roll those shoulders back one more time and let's shuffle the cards and we'll make three piles um, for each fairy. Now, first, we let the cards know what we want, and we want some message, some guidance that brings clarity, and we ask in love, light, and for our greatest good. All right, let's loosen them up a bit. All right, we have the first one, second, and third. So very straightforward. Only one card came out for each. And now let's do the same with this deck that are angel messages. Please give us some advice, guidance, or message that we need to hear right now in love, in light, for our greatest good. Two. And here two wanted to come out. So, all right, two messages right there. All right, so now we're going to put each fairy. All right. Okay, on top of each pile. And now, intuitively, without thinking, choose the pile that calls you, that resonates with you at this time. Ready? Okay. Let's put the purple fairy away, the yellow fairy, and we'll start with the blue fairy. And what is the main message? All right, broken heart. So the guidance that we have here with this card is to mend our broken heart, right? There may be probably some pain, something that has hurt us right now. It could be from small or something like someone hurt our feelings to something much greater, like dealing with grief or dealing with the end of a meaningful relationship. And the message is to pay attention to what's happening, right? Not to push the feelings down or to ignore it. We've been hurt. There is something that has hurt us. Could be something other people view as small, or it can be something very big. But our feelings need to be acknowledged, validated. we need to pay attention to what's going on with us and realize that some things that are said, some situations that happen, leave a wound. And sometimes the wound can heal, but there is always a tenderness, right? And this is very common for those dealing with the grief or even complex um, grief, as well as people who have suffered pain or these broken hearts when they were little. You know, they have experienced trauma or they have had difficult relationships with their family and their parents. So, what this card means is not a card predicting that you're going to have a broken heart. Remember, the way I read cards on the in my work, I read messages as guidance, and you will observe that I always say a prayer of protection in love and light for our greatest good. So, spirit messages that come from love and with life for our greatest good. So, not a prediction, because I am a big believer that there is no one set future. And I try to repeat that throughout my videos. Um, the future we create, um, because the one of the biggest gifts that was given to us um, from the divine is the gift of choice and free will. So the future we create and we manifest with our choices, with the steps we take, and how we navigate the circumstances that happen to us that maybe we didn't create or manifest, but that happened to us and how we navigate through them. So this card does not mean you're going to have a broken heart. It means that there is something that has broke your heart or something that has caused pain, right? And right now it needs to be acknowledged and it needs to be healed, right? So beginning by realizing what happened, paying attention to it, and then trying your best to heal from that pain. And that can be in different ways. It can be by depending on the severity, depending on how it is affecting your life, to get help from going to counseling, going to therapy. Or it could be having a difficult conversation with somebody, a conversation that needs to be had, a conversation that you feel will give you closure. Or perhaps if having that conversation is not an option, writing that unsent letter, right? That letter we write that it is to just put everything down. And we understand it's a letter that will never be sent or will never be read, right? And one of the good things we can do with that letter is after we write it and we pour all our energy into it, we can burn it. That's a great ritual, safely burn that letter. And even the ashes, if you have the opportunity to bury them in the earth, right? That can be, doing rituals can be very healing process, right? Humans have had rituals throughout history, no matter what culture, no matter what faith or spiritual path we follow. So, ritual can bring healing. So, remember, there is something that needs to be acknowledged now, something that has hurt you, and either getting a way to heal, right? That could be therapy, that could be doing alternative or holistic practices such as Reiki or energy healing. It could be doing a ritual, or having a conversation with somebody and explaining how that hurt. That can be very cathartic as well, right? So this is the first message that we get from the oracle, is to acknowledge and heal something that has been painful at this time. Now, what's the message we get from the angels, right? And it is generosity. Let's read it. Generosity is a quality of spirit. It is rejoicing in the good fortune of others, even when you have nothing to celebrate yourself. It is an attitude of mind, which means that you are happy to give without expecting in return. Drawing this card invites you to be generous hearted and indicates that you are ready to aspire to the noble quality. Angel wisdom suggests that you give of yourself freely, openly, and lovingly. The rewards for generosity are great, for all that you give from an open heart is returned to you multiplied. What a beautiful message, right? And the affirmation we get, I'm a generous hearted. All right. So, how can we pair this with the message from the oracle? And it is true that in generosity, we can find healing as well, right? Generosity has these amazing qualities, right? And in generosity can be seen also in different spiritual paths that explain that when we give to others, something happens kind of magical, that we get so much back. Even in the case that the recipient of what we give, so we pour our love or we pour something truly coming from goodness and love to somebody else, and this person is not grateful, this person does not appreciate it, or it is not welcome. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the other person doesn't see it. The divine sees it, the universe sees it, and all that comes back to you. So being generous, being loving, putting your goodness out there is does make a difference. Even if the people that you're pouring that do not see it, you're giving out, the universe and the divine source sees it, right? So whenever you have the chance to do good, right, remember that more good will come to you. So how do we read these two cards together? Right now, there may be something that hurts or something that needs to be acknowledged and needs to be healed at this time. Remember not to let your heart harden just because something has happened to you. It's about healing and moving forward. And this card reminds us of the power of generosity. It reminds us not to close our heart, not to close our heart to others, and not to close our heart to love and to goodness, but to keep giving from a place of love, making a difference in the world where it is so much needed. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Know that in this way you help me grow. And every time you do this to small channels, small businesses, you help them grow at this time. All right. And if you want a private session with me, a private session of tarot, oracle, and coaching, there is my link, there is information on the link on my bio. You can reach out for more information and we can have a live session together. I have sessions that go as short as 15 minutes or as long as 1 hour, or a pre recorded reading sent directly to you. All right. Let's take a look now at those who picked the yellow fairy. I usually have pink, blue, and yellow, and today we changed it all around by having blue, yellow, and purple. All right, let's see what is the oracle message for you and the angel message. All right, so the oracle message comes from the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, How interesting. All right. So our sixth chakra is our third eye, right? That third eye chakra, right? That it is our intuition, it is not only our intuition, but how we get guided, right? Is that third eye, is the things that we see and we sense that have no explanation in a way, right? And what is the message of this card right now? So Archangel Metatron, or the sixth chakra, are letting you know now your intuition is ready to awaken even more. You've always have an intuition. You always have this guidance in which you know things without knowing that you know. You get messages from the divine through your spirit guides, through your angels, right? And this happens through that third eye. So right now is just going to be more open, more heightened, and you can help that by doing different types of techniques, right? So visualization, right? That's going into a meditative state in which you visualize something, you go through a visualizing journey, right? So meditation, you can achieve that through prayer, right? And mostly it is about quieting the outside noise and quieting the mind and allowing the messages to come. This is also telling you that messages from your guides and from above happen all day long. It is about observing and paying attention. And it is anything that random that can happen throughout the day, right? That resonates with you, that clicks, that gives you that aha moment, right? So just observe, pay attention, right? Believe that you're intuitive, believe that you are sensitive, that it is that your channel is open. It is about practicing it more, right? So at this time, also journaling. This is what another practice that I would want to say. So journaling has many benefits, just as meditation. But um, so journaling any messages that come to you, right? And doing what it's called automatic writing, that where you write and write and write without paying really attention. It is just getting these messages that come from your spirit guides, from sensing. My apologies, I was about to sneeze. Um, remember, your channel is open at this time. It is about doing practices that feel good to you, right? That will help you open up more your intuitive channels. And that can be meditation, prayer, journaling, spending time in nature. So, all these things that are healthy also help your intuition. And it is about also not paying so much attention to the opinion of others or to the noise of the outside world, but finding some moment of quiet, right? Um, your spirit guides and those guardian angels and that intuitive sense that you have speaks louder when we are in silence. All right. So, let's see what the message from the angels is. And for you, it is cooperation. Angel wisdom suggests that you use your skills and talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles, conflict, and competition, which come from an ego desire to win. Cooperation for the highest good promotes harmony and togetherness and draws the best from everyone. Make it your aim that everyone has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your angel guidance is to bring people together and explore how you can mutually assist each other. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in your turn, for the angels will bless your endeavors. And the affirmation is, I cooperate with everyone. What a lovely message. These cards are truly, truly lovely. So, cooperation. So, that sometimes not sometimes, but the world we live in um, push us so much sometimes to compete with each other, right? Competition, who's doing better, who has more. And this is the complete opposite, and it is cooperation. Competition, it is comes from an ego based, right? It's all these are low vibrating energies that cause disharmony in your life and not only in your life, but in your relationships and in your energy field. So, cooperation is being there for others and also knowing that instead of compete, see the qualities or the talents of others and not only see them, but know that you have also talents, gifts, and amazing things yourself. And by coming together, by cooperating with somebody else, but bringing out what you offer, but by also seeing what someone can offer, things can grow from that. Cooperation is also where there is conflict, right? Where there is conflict sometimes in families, sometimes in relationships, in friendships, or even at work. And it is saying, hey, instead of arguing and dividing, let's come together. Let's find that common ground, that mutual understanding where we cooperate with each other, where from that can grow everything can grow. So, here, when we put these messages together, this is telling you this is a right moment to even grow your intuition more, to grow how you perceive those messages from the divine source that come either from your spirit guides, from your guardian angels, right? And to do techniques and practices that are helpful at this time. So ask yourself, what helps me become more intuitive to me personally? Is it journaling? Is it going out in nature? Is it meditating? Is it a visualization exercise? What can help me? And doing that to help you grow that intuition that you already have, right? And grow it more. And then the other message is cooperation, right? So, cooperating with others. It is a time to soften those arguments and let others see that coming together instead of getting divided is what's important, right? Offering our cooperation to help others. Uh, not competing, seeing their talents and seeing our own talents. All right. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Once again, I have to ask you to give thumbs up and subscribe and give you thanks for being here. And if you want your personal reading with me, your personal session, please reach out for more information or to book your reading or get your pre-recorded reading sent to you. All right, let's go with the purple fairy and see. Here there were two messages from the angels that we were given. So let's see what the oracle says. Attachment. Mhm. So, what does the card of attachment bring? What is the message here? So, attachment, there are different forms of attachment, and we can see these in relationships, but not only in relationships, in romantic relationships, but pretty much in anything, right? And there are ways to be to what we would call a healthy attachment, where we feel love, we want to be in a relationship with whatever person. Could it be romantic? Could it be a friendship, right? Or there is what we would say an unhealthy attachment, and that is a dependency, right? It could be either a dependency, right, to the other person, where we feel that we can't survive unless we have the other person or we are in constant contact with the other person. Or it could be also what in relationships is seen as an avoidant or disorganized attachment, right? And this is people that want to be close to somebody and they actually love and care for them, but they are afraid of closeness. They are afraid of getting close and things being too emotional because they can't deal with that. It is a wound that they may bring from childhood and they get overwhelmed, right? So what does this card mean for you? So this card is to mean it is asking, it is an invitation for you to look at your attachment style, right? And notice where first look if you are forming healthy attachments with others, and also noticing where there may be an unhealthy attachment that could be anxious or dependent, or it could be avoidant or even disorganized, where sometimes it's dependent and sometimes it's avoidant. And, you know, just notice it right now. And in the case that you really look at some unhealthy attachment, ask yourself, what can I do for this relationship to be healthier? What is in my power to do? Right? So, what are the steps I can take to make this a healthy attachment? And that means being able to be in this relationship, in this friendship, in this without feeling anxious, without being dependent, without being afraid when things get too emotional. What is one step that I can take? What is something I can do? Journaling again for this is a good exercise to do, or even having a sounding board, talking to somebody, right? And you can talk about this with a therapist, you can talk about this with a good friend, you can talk about this with a tarot reader, with whoever, or a holistic therapist or holistic coach, somebody who gives you that safe space to process what's going on. And sometimes the right conversation can make a huge difference in our life, and the right conversation can happen with anybody, with a professional or with a loved one. Now, the basis of this is that it is a safe space where you can truly talk and where you're going to be able to reflect on what's going on. So, this card again is making you look at your attachment styles. Ask yourself, what if your attachments to others in relationships, in friendships, in they are healthy or unhealthy? If they are healthy, point out what is healthy about them, and if there is some unhealthy patterns, what is unhealthy and what can you do to change that, right? So this is what we're being invited to. And we have two messages from the angels for you. So we have self worth. Let's read this together. Self worth bestows a sense of confidence, expectations of success, and ability to love. Decide on clear boundaries and limits and firmly decline to let others step over them or manipulate you. You will earn respect. When you value yourself, you become open and friendly, slow to take offense, and quick to forgive, so necessary. Remind yourself that you are likable and lovable. Do not let others press your buttons. Stand tall and confident. With true self worth, you radiate a golden aura which enfolds others and makes them feel good too. Ask your angel to step into your aura and guide you. Affirmation: I am confident and worthwhile. Yes, self worth. Knowing that you are worthy, right? And knowing your worth, knowing that you are a being made of love. No matter what has happened to you, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter where you come from, no matter what is going on right now, no matter what wrong turns or mistakes you have made, you are worthy. There is always a way to change the future, right? To change the way things are going. So have faith, believe in yourself, and put boundaries. Sometimes creating boundaries towards others, and also boundaries, self boundaries in a way, right? So remember your worth. Remember that you can change what has, you cannot change what has happened in the past, but you can change right now and make different choices for your future. So you deserve to be happy. You deserve a good life, right? You deserve things going well for you, and you can make this happen, right? So remember that, and also um, boundaries, maybe a time for boundaries. And here, the second message we get, oh, we get Archangel Michael. Let's see, when you are blessed with this angel card, you are guided to invoke Archangel Michael to help protect and strengthen you. He will increase your ability to deal with problems. So ask him to cut with his sword any emotional cords which bind you to people stuck in situation or past memories. Then ask him to fill you with the strength and love. He will shield you from the destructive thoughts, emotions, and actions of others. Archangel Michael works on the Blu ray, giving strength and courage. Call for his help and visualize yourself wearing a deep blue cloak, securely fastened. This will place you under his protection. He is the master of all angels, a great warrior spirit. Within his light, you will feel more secure, have more confidence, energy, and power. And the affirmation is, I'm strong and protected by Archangel Michael. Yes, what a beautiful. So, Archangel Michael, this energy of protection that we can invoke and we can ask for help with no matter what's going on in our life. And there is a part here that reminds me of what we were talking about attachment and invoking or praying for help in, you know, to to cut emotional cords that bind us to people that are not good for us. So when we look at our attachments right now, also realize not only if our attachment to the others are secure, but remember that dependency on others is never healthy. You know, one thing is to love, to want to be with another person or to be close to somebody. The other one is thinking that without the other person, we are nothing, or, that we depend on them. We do not depend on them. We can love from a secure attachment, from that being secure in ourselves, from remembering our self worth. So, beautiful messages for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you remember your self worth, examine your attachment styles with different people, and really take the steps to recognize if there is an attachment that it is not healthy, doing the steps to heal from that and to move forward, and invoking Archangel Michael or the spirit guides or your angels that help you at this time to help you with an attachment to anyone or anything that is making you dependent, um, and that is not helping your journey right now. All right. So if you like the reading, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I have daily shorts and weekly videos. Every day we have something different. So make sure you're subscribed and to reach out if you want more information on my services and also to book a private session with me. I have private sessions that can be done via the phone or via video call and pre-recorded readings that are sent directly to your mailbox. Make it a great day and brightest blessings your way.